All right, good morning, my students. Today we are going to make a quick revision regarding what we took last time, which was about use your English section, which is divided into two sections, and they are phrasal verbs and word building. So we will start with the phrasal verbs. I am going to share with you the PowerPoint presentation in order to make a quick revision regarding it. And then we will proceed with our explanation and solve a couple of exercises regarding our lesson. So we started last time the subject or the topic of phrasal verbs, and we said that the phrasal verb is a verb that is made up of a main verb, so it has to have a main verb together with an adverb or a preposition. So here we have two sections, which are the main verb and the adverb, or the main verb and the preposition, or both adverb and a preposition. So a main verb with an adverb, a main verb with a preposition, or main verb with adverb and preposition. Typically, their meaning is not obvious from the meanings of the individual words themselves. So here they say that the meaning differs when we put these uh, words together, the main verb with the adverb, or the main verb with the preposition, or both adverbs and the preposition. The meaning of the whole phrase, of the whole term, will differ from the original meaning of every word of every section of them. And here we took about a couple of examples. When we said broke, okay, down, okay, it has a totally different meaning from broke as an individual verb and down as an adverb. And here look after has it means here take care of the children, all right, and it has a totally different meaning than the look, okay, itself, and the preposition after itself. And here our third example, put up with. Here we have three words or three sections, which are the main verb and an adverb and a preposition. And if you guys notice, the meaning differ from the individual meaning of every word of them. And in this slide, we discussed the meanings of every phrasal verb of them, and we solved exercise A on page 25 last time. And one more time, the phrasal verbs that you guys have to take into consideration, all right, are make out, number one, look into, stick to, take in, believe in, and let out. Let's go to the next slide. I told you that these two photos are regarding your exercise B in your book that we will be solving in a couple of minutes after continuing explaining the lesson. And now we go to the second section of our lesson, which is word building. So here I have to build words in order to form sentences, in order to be able to talk in the English language, because it's one of our skills in order to know or to have the knowledge regarding the English language. So here, let's go back to our definition and explain it one more time. We said that the definition of the word formation of or the word building is, in general, word formation is the process, the steps, all right, or result, all right, of forming new words. So we have to make new words which derived from words or group of words with the same root, and this is the key word, which is the same root, the same root, all right, or a stem of the word. So one more time, if I want to form a word, if I want to form a all right, if I want to make a new word, this, okay, is called the process or the result of forming new words which derived from words or a group of words that have the same root, that have the same root. I will give you an example in order to explain, but now continue the definition. So in other words, word formation is defined as it, okay, its meaning is the ways in which new words are made, okay, on the basis of other words, the basis, so the base of the word, the root of the word, or morphemes. Here, ya Zena, you asked me, is the morpheme, it is it the same as the root? So here, because they put it's either words or morphemes, so they differ from each other. Ya Zena, تمام. Now let's go to our next slide and know the difference between the word and the morpheme, between the root and the morpheme. Here we say that the morpheme is the smallest. It is the smallest meaningful unit of a language. And here it also differs from the syllable. The syllable, we use syllables and we make our words into syllables in order to know how to pronounce it in the right way, the pronunciation, for the pronunciation. But the difference between the morpheme and the syllable is that the morpheme has a meaning, but the syllable, okay, it might not have a meaning, and that is okay. So when I say, for example, beautiful, so here we have three syllables. Here we have three syllables, all right, which are beauty. I have a meaning for the for view or for tea, but I have a meaning for. So here we have our morpheme is for. That's how can you differentiate between the morpheme and the syllable. And here we come to the meaning of the word. The word is the smallest free form of the language. It is the smallest free form of the language, all right, and because we have sentences, we have complex sentences, we have paragraphs, we have a blah blah blah. So the word, it is the smallest free form of the language. Now we explained before the parts of speech, but let's go one more time over them in order to help you guys know how you guys have to derive these parts of words regarding your sentences or exercises. So the parts of speech that we are noun, and it's the name of a person, a place, thing, or idea. Noun, which is used in order to replace or write the noun or the noun phrase to avoid repetition. We have the adjective, and it modifies or describes, okay, or gives more information about a noun or a pronoun, such as cold, happy, all right, to fun, and we'll talk regarding them in details in our next class. Verb, and it shows an action or a state of being, because we said that we have two tradition regarding our lessons, which are the action verbs or and the stative verbs. And we have the adverb, modify or explain a verb, an adjective or another adverb. It tells how often, where, or when. And we have the preposition, that shows the relationship of a noun or pronoun to another word, that shows the relationship, all right? Okay, how nouns or pronouns are related, all right, are familiar with another word, another word. Now, let's go to this example and this slide in order to explain more how you make the derivation for your words. Let's start talking about something called affixes. When I say affixes, affixes are group of letters that are attached either before or after the root of the word. So here we have the root that we are going to make, okay, to form our word from. So here we have the root, which is the word accept. And here, accept is a verb, all right? It is a verb. We added our prefixes from its name. Here, it is a group of letters placed before the root of the word. But suffixes, all right, they are a group of letters that are placed after the root of the word, after the root of the word. In our lesson, all right, we care more about suffix because we add prefixes for most of the time in order to change the meaning of the word. But in our lesson, we want to change the part of the speech of the word, the part of the speech, all right, from noun to an adjective, or from a verb to a noun, from a verb to an adjective, all right. So here we will be using suffixes in our lesson, okay, for in order to change the parts of the speech. So here let's go one more time to our example. We have the word accept, all right? When we added the prefix, it became unaccept. And when we added the suffix able, it became unacceptable. And here we formed the new word, okay, which is unacceptable. Unacceptable. And all right, now let's go to our next slide and get introduced to some derivations. So, if I have a verb, for example, and I want it as a noun, these are some of the derivations that I have to add, or these are some of the suffixes that I have to add in order to form my new word, such as ion, ity for the noun, ment, all right, est for people, all right, for names of people or jobs, tamam. Here we have the verb ateize, Here we have a couple of suffixes for the adjectives, such as al, ing, ous, all right, ed, ble. And we know that if I want to make a word to an adverb, I have to add the ly. I have to add the ly. You guys need to memorize or write these suffixes in order to be easier for you to solve or to make the new words or to build your new words. Teaching tip. This tip is from your student book, all right, from your books. So here, please, let's read it together and see the important points in it. Teaching tip to help students with word formation, okay, in order to for you guys to be assisted in forming your new words, all right, word formation. Ask them to think of many common adjective endings. So how the adjective ends as they can, okay, such as for example ous. So if your word, okay, ends with ous or al or able, y, ing, ed, you have to know that these are adjectives. So these ous, al, able, y, ing, ed, you guys have to memorize them. You have to memorize them in order to know or to differentiate that this word is an adjective. Tell them to look back through their books to find examples to help them. Now, okay, after we are done with our explanation, we will go back to our book and solve a couple of exercises in order to find more examples regarding adjectives. Then repeat for nouns. And then if you guys see ION, ERY, ITY, all right, you guys should know that these are nouns. That, okay, if the word ends in one of these letters or suffixes, you guys have to know that that we are talking about nouns. Elicit how we form regular adverbs by adding ly to the adjective. So we all know that if I want to form an adverb from an adjective, all right, I have to add ly. My bad. I have to add ly. I have to add ly. Um, such as the word similar, it will become similarly. It will become similarly. Here, our next slide, we will talk about it now, and it's exercise C in your word building, but I am going to hide it, okay, because you guys have to answer me regarding the exercise. So with that, we will be done with explaining your lesson for today, which is regarding phrasal verbs and word building. And now we will all go to our books and we'll answer exercise C in your student book, which is on page 25. So now, guys, please go to your student book and I'm going to stop sharing in order to solve exercise C together. So please, if you guys want to answer, raise your hand and I'll pick a student in order to answer me. Go to your student book, page 25. Exercise C. We answered exercise A from the phrasal verbs, and I gave you a homework. So if you guys have any question regarding your homework regarding the phrasal verb, please ask me after class, after we're done with our exercise. But now we are going to answer the or exercise C from the word building section, which is quickly. Who can read the question, please? Yazan, please read the question for me, dear.
Question B قصدك؟ B صح؟
C. And
C.
please talk in English, dear. C.
Okay, the exam task below, create a word family or each of the word stems in the task.
Stems, yes. Thank you. So here we have to read the exam task below, all right, which is exercise D. The exam task below, create a word family for each of the word stems or root. Okay, it's the same word, all right, in the task. Before reading our paragraph, all right, let's look at the words next to them. Next to them, we have the word ridicule, usual, explain, remark, discover, similar, stick, and conclude, right? So, with these words, we need to make something called a word family, such as the example that we have. We have here an example in blue. Who can read the example? Zaina? Zaina,
Ridicule,
dear, can you read the
yes,
example for me?
yes, teacher. Ridicule, verb, ridiculous, an adjective, and ridiculously, an adverb.
An adverb, thank you. And ridicule also, okay, it could come as a noun. So here, if you don't, all right, if you are suspicious, if you are suspicious, guys, regarding any word, okay, regarding the part of a speech, you could go back to the dictionary and search for it. Tamam? So here, when I searched for the word ridicule, it gave me that it could come as a noun also. So here, ridicule is a verb and it could come as a noun. We have ridiculous, see the ending of it, O-U-S. So that makes it an adjective. That makes it an adjective. And here, ridiculously, it, okay, the end of it was ly, and we know that with ly, the part of the speech of the word should be an adverb. Should be an adverb. So now let's go to the second word, which is usual. Who can tell me the word family of usual? The word family of usual, yeah, Juan. Please go ahead, dear. Juan, are you here? Hello? I just have two students. Okay,
Teacher.
Diala. Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Juan, I think there is something wrong with your mic.
Teacher المايك خربان.
All right, it's okay, dear. We'll go to Diala. We'll go to Diala.
Usual.
Yes, usual.
Verb usualize and adjective it's usual and adverb it's usually.
So, please, can you repeat it?
In verb it's usualize. Adjective it's
Is it
usual.
usualize?
Yes.
All right, what about the word use? It is also, okay, the verb of it. Use, when I say I use, okay, the English language to express myself. Or the word when I say the use of something is a noun. It's the noun of it. Usualize also is the verb, yes. And we have usual as what, yeah, Diala?
It's an adjective.
It's an adjective. And what about the adverb?
Usually.
It's usually. Thank you so much, dear. Yes, you are 100% correct. Let's go to the next word, which is explain. I just have 3 students. Zaina, now they become 2. Zaina and Diala. Go ahead, ya Zaina.
Explain in the verb and explanation.
Yes.
Ch-
All right, but explain it is what, ya Zaina?
verb
Is it a verb, noun, an adjective? What is it?
is صراحة مش عارفة بس teacher for are you
Explain is the verb.
okay teacher are you are filling the gaps in exercise D.
Explain. I want the word family for the word explain. So we said that explain is a verb, right?
Yes.
All right. What is the noun of it?
Explanation.
Thank you. And what is the adjective of it, if you know?
I don't know, but I think it's also explain.
No, it's explanatory.
Okay.
All right. So you guys have to search for these words in your dictionary. All right, and see what parts of speech they go with. What about the word remark? I have a new hand in here. Farah Samawi.
Yes, teacher. Yes.
Yes, dear, go ahead. So I have the
A,
word remark. What part of speech is it?
a verb.
It's a verb, thank you. And what is the adjective of it?
Remarkable.
Remarkable, very good, dear. And can you tell me the adverb of it?
Remarkably.
I add ly to the adjective. So if I have my adjective here is remarkable, what's the adverb?
Remarkably.
يعني عليكي. Thank you so much, dear. Yes, that was 100% correct. What about the next word, which is discover? This Yusuf, you know?
Discovering.
All right. I want the part of speech of discover. What is it? Is a verb, noun, adjective. What is it? Discover. I discovered that the students are
Verb.
cheating. I
Verb.
discover here. Yes,
Verb.
yes, it is a verb, dear. Thank you. And
Uh,
what about the noun of it?
discovery.
Discovery. يعني عليك يا Yusuf. Thank you so much, dear. Let's go to the to the next one, which is similar. Similar. The word similar. يلا إيدين. I want to see hands. It's all in for your participation. Uh-huh. Juan, can you try again with your mic, please?
Is it working, teacher?
Yes. That's great. So I have the word similar. What part of speech is it?
It is an adjective.
يعني عليك. Yes, thank you, dear. And what is the adverb of it?
Similarly.
Similarly. Yes, dear. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next word. Yazan. Yazan, my
Yes.
dear. Yes, go ahead. Stick, what part of speech is it?
Stick. Verb.
It's a verb. Okay, could it come as a noun? Could it come as a noun?
Noun. Sticky.
Yes,
Sticky noun.
yes. So stick here, it could come as a verb and as a noun. All right. What is, yeah, Yazan, the adjective of it? Do you
Adjective.
know? I can't hear you very well. Can you please raise your voice?
I don't know the adjective.
You do not know the adjective. All right. Who can help him? What is the adjective of the verb stick? Let's
Teacher,
see,
can I say?
Eden. Yes, Yes, yeah, Yusuf, please do.
Sticky. Sticky.
It's a sticky. Thank you. Yes, it's a sticky. Thank you, yeah, Yusuf, and thank you, yeah, Yazan. Let's go to the last word that we have to know its parts of speech, which is conclude. I want, here is a new hand, Marianne Badra. Marianne, conclude. What part of speech is it? Yes.
Verb.
It's a verb. Thank you. What about the noun of it? Can you give me the noun, yeah, Marianne?
Conclusion.
Conclusion. Yes, dear. Thank you. Who can give me the adjective of the word conclude other than Marianne? Marianne, thank you. Farah, what's the adjective of
Yes.
conclude? Do you know?
Concluding.
Farah, Farruh.
Yes, teacher.
Yes. Do you know the adjective for the word conclude?
Yes, it's concluding.
Nope. All right. What about Amir? Amir, do you know? Amir?
Conclusion.
If I add SIVE, conclusive. Conclusive is the adjective of the word conclude. All right. And if I want to make it an adverb, ya Diala Mazahre,
I guess it's conclusively.
conclusively. Thank you, dear. So, conclude is the verb, conclusion is the noun, conclusive is the adjective, and conclusively is the adverb. Now, we know the word family of every word we have to use in order to answer our exercise D. So, um, here I think it should be easy for you guys now to answer your exercises regarding the parts of speech that we already talked about. Unfortunately, time is up for today's class. Please check your answers for the homework I will be giving to you. And if you guys have any question regarding your homework or regarding anything from the lesson, please do not hesitate to ask me. All right, it's either on Edunation or privately, and I will be glad to answer you guys. I hope you understand the lesson very well. For tomorrow's lesson, we will start that a new section, which is writing a story, which is on page 26 in your student book. Please prepare. Please be prepared. All right, read it, skim the page, especially the learning focus, so it will be easier for you guys to understand. And I hope you have a nice day and stay safe.